that runs every Wednesday night at 7 o'clock Arizona time. We do check-ins at 6:30 p.m. Arizona time at 1900net.com. That is 1900net.com. We have more discussion time. We do this so we have more discussion time for the 1900 net. The net is open to all radio amateurs and covers a wide variety of subjects. Before we continue, is there any emergency or priority traffic? This is KK7MQI Net Control. All right. Well, we'll continue on by announcing all our early check-ins. We have KE8 LCM, Roger, N8WB, Jerry, KC3MWK, Bruce, KD8 DLX, Brent, and me, KK7MQI. And before I continue, is there any late check-ins or any newcomers that would like to check in? Please come now with your call sign phonetically and your name. All right. Well, so this evening's topic is, what's the furthest tropospheric ducting recorded to date? Like, as far as UHF, VHF. There's two different answers. So, if there's anybody that would like to answer that, or if not, come up with whatever you would like to discuss. I think it's pretty far, and from what I've gathered, it's quite rather far. So I'm pretty impressed that an FM signal can go as far as I researched. But all right, we'll start out with, hey, Roger, KE8 ALCM. Sorry, my brain's just not working today. I don't know what, my tongue isn't working either. All right, Roger, over to you.
KE8 LCM. Yeah, let's see, the first one, I think that's probably going to be, about 1,400 miles or something like that. And I think the last one's 2,600 roughly. It's probably works out to, 2,539 miles, I believe, was what it was. But I could be wrong on that. But I think I'm right. KE8 LCM, back to net.
All right, I'll give the answer out at the end. I'll let everybody give their answers first, and then at the end I'll give the answer. And when I tell you the answer, you're going to be blown away. I was like, no way, that's far. That's like really far. So, but yeah, next on my list we have, all right, N8WBV Jerry.
Well, good evening, Josh, and everybody. It's checking in to your net there this evening. And to be honest with you, I have no idea. I'll just be truthful there. I have no idea on either way, either one of them answers there. But I'll take a long shot there, and I'll say 5,000, okay, on both. Let's just do that there. And I'm probably way off here. So back to net control from N8WBV.
As far as you think you may be pretty close on that one there, Jerry. So, all right. Next on the list is KC3MWK. Bruce, what's your answer there?
Well, good evening, Josh and Annette. I'm going to take a guess and just, it's out-of-the-walk answer for me. So I'll just say once around the world. Back to you, net control.
Well, I don't know how large that is there, but okay, all the way around the world. That's cool. All right. The next on my list would be, all right, we have KD8DLX. Brent.
All right, now what's the question? I missed it.
What's the furthest tropospheric, oh boy, I can't even talk, tropospheric ducting recorded to date? Like, what's the furthest contact used that recorded using it? VHF and UHF.
I would say probably around 6,300 miles, and probably 5,000 miles.
Well, all right. I'll definitely, like I said, I'll tell everybody the answers at the end here. So, next on the list is KE5XD, David.
Yeah, KK7MQI and the net. This is KE5XT. Glad I made it here. I was just jumping in the shower. I looked up, it was 10 o'clock. I'm like, oh, it's nap time. Wasn't watching the clock here. Just came in from working outside. So anyway, I missed a question too, but I'm glad you repeated it for Brent there. Well, I'm going to say the VHF might be further. So yeah, I'm going to say like 7,000 miles for VHF and maybe 3,000 for UHF. So not sure if they're equal or different. So, but a good question. So I thought maybe you were going to ask the furthest person we ever talked or something like that. Anyway, very good. Back to you there, Josh, from KE5XD.
All right. Well, that's everybody got some good answers in there. So when I tell you the answers, and this is from, actually, straight from ARRL.org. So the furthest as far as 2 meter, and this is kilometers. I don't know how much kilometers is compared to miles. I think it's, I don't know. Anyway, so the answer is in kilometers is, and if anybody can find it out in miles, that'd be great, is on 144 megahertz is 4,754 kilometers done by KH6HME, and that was in August of 99. And then for the 70 centimeters band was 4,442 kilometers done by NP4BM, April of 2020. Wow. I was blown away. I'm like, wow, that's pretty far. That's quite a talking. So, yeah, if anybody's got a converting for that, that'd be awesome. This is KK7MQI, net control.
K8LCM. Yeah, that's the first one. 4,754 kilometers is 2,953 miles. 4,442 kilometers is 2,760 miles. Back to net.
Well, alrighty then. That's pretty cool. That's far. That's really far for somebody to talk on UHF or VHF through that. That's pretty cool. And from what I hear, Arizona has it quite often here. So I'll have to get out there with my handy talk and get me a big antenna. Maybe put me on a wire on a balloon and send it on up there so I can get some good talking there. All right, so let me start back up at the top of the list today and say, anybody got anything last that they'd like to add for this week? Share. We'll start with you, Roger. KE8LCM.
Nothing I can really think of off the top of my head, but I will look up and try and find this video, and I will send you a link to it. There's a thing at a ham group's meeting. A guy came in and did a very long talk, probably about an hour, it's a little bit longer than an hour movie or video, about tropospheric ducting, explaining it, how it works, what angle you need to get into it, what kind of signs to look for in the sky that could be a good indication that there's a duct, and timings and things like that. So once I find that video, I will forward that along to you. Back to that KE8LCM.
Hey, awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely check it out because, yeah, I'm interested in it. If I can do it on my handy talk, that'd be cool. If not, maybe I'll get me a little 50-watt that I can beam an antenna towards the sky. So, yeah, I'm definitely intrigued by that kind of thing. It's kind of like satellites. So cool. We do a lot of that out here, too. All right, next on my list is N8WBV, Jerry. Anything else you'd like to add for the thing?
This is N8WBV. Well, to be honest with you, I never really thought a whole lot about that, but it sounds very, very interesting there to be able to make a contact or whatever at that distance on the VHF or, UHF. It is interesting in a way. And I'm sure there's been many people do testing. Evidently, it shows there right there with the propagation that they've reported. So, yeah, you never know. You never know there. In the HT, it's hard to say. There could be a time where you could really do some good de-axing there with that. So, but other than that, not a whole lot going on. So back to net control from N8WBV.
Awesome. Yeah, good to hear you in there, Jerry. And that's true, right? You never know how far you're talking sometimes. I'm interested in a little bit more. I'll definitely check out that video for sure. All right, next on my list is KC3MWK. Bruce, anything else you'd like to share with the group tonight?
Now negative, Josh, net control. I'm just going to say 73 to everybody, and good talking to everybody on the net. Good that. Have a good day. A good evening. And, yeah, I do that question. I was a little let my leg, believe it or not. So, 73, everybody. Have a good night. H3MWK clear.
Hey, thanks for coming out and joining us there, Bruce, and you're appreciated greatly. All right, next on my list we got KD8DLX. Brent, any last words you want to say with the net for the night?
Well, it's starting to get a little chilly out there, the weather-wise. I just hope people stay where they can stay warm, and if they're out and about, be sure and keep something handy so you can, if you get broke down, you can have something to cover it up with until you can get some help. But I know it's not that cold yet, but it's heading there. Everybody be safe, and I'm turning it back over to net control, KD8DLX.
Yeah, it's starting to cool off over here on this end too. Finally, got to sit outside this evening with my mom and enjoy the sun setting, and it was nice and cool, and we could sit on our little swing out there and enjoy the outside weather without melting. Oh boy, it's horrible out here in Arizona. But yeah, if it's cold where you guys are, definitely for sure keep an eye on that and make sure you don't freeze to death out there. All right, next on my list we got KE5XD. Dave, anything else you would like to add for this evening?
Okay, Josh, very good. Good to hear everybody out there. And Hope everybody has a good week. Yeah, we turned our furnace on here. It's been in the 40s. Used it a couple nights, and I got a space heater going in the bedroom also as a backup. So we will try to stay warm. But yeah, that skip stuff is fun. I was in high school. I picked up a TV station here in Michigan, Detroit, from Channel 3, and I was watching it for a while. It was on the Gulf Coast of Florida. So it's probably, 173 or 200 megahertz for those TV stations. And when I used to be mobile in New Mexico, one day I was going down the road and I heard some people talking on a repeater. They were in the Gulf Coast of Texas, so that's pretty far away for 70 centimeters. But yeah, the weather. And then I used to work with a guy in the phone company. He was in the Air Force, and they do what they call tropo scatter. I think they use it for pretty reliable. I think they use microwave frequencies, and I think they use it off the clouds, the moisture in the clouds, whatever. But I think they ran quite high power, and they could afford to do that. So anyway, that was one of the methods of long distance communications there in the Air Force. All right, well, 73 to all, and we will talk to you later. Hopefully, maybe we'll get on Jitsi here after the shower. KK7MQI from KE5XT.
Yeah, that's really cool that they can use bounced microwaves off the clouds. That's really awesome. I'd like to look a little into that too. That's pretty cool. Awesome. Well, it's been cooling off over on my end here, and it's been kind of nice. And I got a new toy and been doing a lot of building. Still waiting for stuff to arrive so I can finish building. But having fun over here, playing around, doing stuff, and yeah, still playing radio. But it's good to hear everybody out there, and I appreciate everybody coming out and joining us to sing and playing radio. And I'll be back one of these days joining you guys. And yep, so everybody have a good night and 7-3s. And this is KK7MQI Net Control releasing all equipment back to its original state, and we are clear.